everyone, it's Holly. In today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different. I've never considered myself an artist or an artiste, if you will. However, I've been kind of wondering what to do about those Polly Pockets that I received, specifically the Polly figures that don't have a face or their face is worn off. Now, if it's just like their clothing, those are things that, you know, if you're talented and you've got enamel paints, you can kind of touch up with a paintbrush, mix the right color. But the faces are so delicate and so hard to recreate. And there's people that are good at it, but I don't think I'm that person. Then I was on Instagram, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty easily influenced by online advertisements, but I came across this Instagram account called Beyond Polly, and they sell these sets, and I'm just gonna show it to you here. We'll look at it in a little bit more detail in a moment, but how cute are these? So these are almost like a temporary tattoo, but they go on the face of the doll so that you can restore the original face. And the way that they've put these together is that they're all labeled so you find the face that's correct for the doll, because they use standard faces across most of those figures, and then you place them on. So today we're going to be doing that, see how the results are, and if you are a Polly collector and you've been curious about this, I'll give you the answer whether they work well or not. So let's get started. So I got these off of an account that I found on Instagram. I'm very easily influenced. It's from Germany. So you'll see that it says Gesichtreparatur set. Sorry, excuse my slaughtered German. But face repair set is basically what that says. And yeah, so they come in a few different styles, or two different styles, but it's a site called Beyond Polly. If you look up Beyond Polly on Instagram, you'll be able to find these and her store really easily. But that's what I'm going to be using today, is this face repair set. They're effectively like little temporary tattoos that you put on, and I may have to seal them. We'll see how it goes. I haven't used them before, but that is where I got them from. So if you look up Beyond Polly on Instagram, and I'll put a link to the Instagram account and the shop in the comments on my video, or the description I should say. But if you are interested in checking these out, we'll see how this goes, but I'll include all of that information in the description for you. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so today we are going to be working on this Polly. She came to me without a face, so we're gonna try to give her one. Now, we haven't done this before. I have never used this set, so I'm really excited to see if it works, but you can see that she still has a little bit of some kind of paint or residue on her face. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean her off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So I'm gonna put this on a Q-tip. All right, so I just wet the end of this Q-tip with some cotton swab, I should say, with some rubbing alcohol. So I'm gonna just lightly clean up her face here. And just being careful not to take off too much of the finish. It looks like it's actually, as I'm doing this, I think it's actually ink. It's coming off blue. So I'll just get this cleaned up. Okay, so we've got her all cleaned up there, so her face is nice and ready to begin. So this set that I got here, there's actually two separate ones that you can purchase. So one is this Polly Pixie, Lulu, Willy, and baby faces. And the other one is more Pollys again, because that's the most common one. Almost every set will have a Polly, and then Titch, Buttons, Midge, and Tina. So comes with a few different faces. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. Now, each set comes with an instruction pamphlet, which is so cute. Basically saying that we're just going to cut out the face that we're going to use, place it on the nice clean face, so just making sure that it's clean first. And then we're going to use a little bit of water. So I've got a little dish of water here so that we can transfer it on. So let's go ahead and get this cut out. All right, so I've got her face now cut out. So I've got all my tools off to the side here, and I am now going to apply this. So to apply this, it just shows using on the instructions here a damp cloth. So again, I've got my water here, and we're going to use just a little bit of paper towel to get that going. Now, I think the trick is to carefully, before we do that, carefully line this up on her face. So I'm just peeling off, there's like a protective layer on it. So you just have to peel that off. There we go. We're gonna place that carefully on Polly's face. Okay, so this is the hardest part, is getting this aligned. So we'll try to be as precise as possible about this. I don't know that this is going to be easy, and you might have to give it a few tries, but we'll do the best we can. Okay, I think I've got it on there. So I'm going to, hopefully it's not crooked. I'm not sure what the learning curve of this is, so we'll see how this goes. But now if you've ever done a transfer like this, you know that you don't want it too wet, you just want it kind of lightly damp. So we're going to press that on. So it's just, she's got a little face mask. Just spa time for her. I'm just pressing it carefully. I'm trying not to move it so that it doesn't shift. I think it's on. Okay, now she looks slightly like Clarice from Silence of the Lambs right now. We're just gonna try to fix this out here. So it's a little damp, but okay, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. So I think this kind of needs a bit of an enamel coat to finish off the look, because you can definitely see where it transferred. But her face looks pretty darn good. I'm actually very proud of myself with that alignment. I mean, look at that. That doesn't look weird at all. So we'll just smooth this out. So I think the key is trying to cut just what you need. This one has a bit, this Polly in particular, her face is just, her hair in particular is a bit of a different shape compared to most of them. So her face is a little bit of a different contour, but this looks pretty good. Hopefully this will focus for you. So that's pretty darn good. Her face is on. I'm really, really impressed with that. That was not hard. So I think to kind of round out that look, you need a little bit of a clear enamel, which the good news is that I do have that in my kit. So we can go ahead and try some of that. But that was really easy to do. So maybe we'll try out some of that enamel and see how it goes, and get that sealed in there. I am so impressed. I just think it's so cool that someone figured out how to get these faces just right, just the right size so that you can transfer them on. But how easy is that? Why don't we try out some of that enamel? Okay, so I think in the instructions, it doesn't say anything about sealing the face, but I think I want to do that. So here I have a Tamiya acrylic. This is a clear acrylic finish, so just like a gloss finish. And I'm just going to paint this over top. So I've got a little paintbrush and this clear finish, and I'm going to paint that over Polly's face. All right, here we go. That's it. Wow. Okay, that looks, I hope you can see how good this looks. It is just the most perfect finish. It's unbelievable. Wow, so I would say like a moderate learning curve. I probably could have gotten it on a little bit better, but wow, that looks so good. She honestly looks good as new. And with that acrylic, there was like just the slightest, I don't know the word to describe it. I would say like a seam around where I applied her face. So when I put that clear acrylic gloss over top, it just kind of evened it all out. And it's so smooth, and it just, if I were to pick this up, I never would know. So that's really cool. That is so awesome. So yeah, I'll definitely be using these moving forward for polys that I get that look like this, where they're just in rough shape, and I am so happy with how that turned out. So let me know in the comments, what did you think of this process? Would you try this on your figures that are missing their faces? I just think it's so neat that someone did this. I'm really happy with that. So let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed checking these out. Let me know in the comments, did you think it worked well? Did you not think it worked well? Is it something that you're willing to try? I think it is such a really interesting technique, and so cool that someone figured out how to make those just the right size, get it printed on the right stuff, like just really, really neat. So pretty excited how that turned out. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll link to all of that information again in my description for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It helps so much, and don't forget to like the video too. If you're on Instagram, please come follow over at Pocket Vintage Toys, where I share all of my behind the scenes stuff as it happens, as I receive new sets, as I'm cleaning them. So please come follow along there. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.